All right, if we have here multiplication, but by tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on. Here is the rule. It says to you, if you multiply any number by 10, 100, or 1000, and so on, put all the last zeros down, then multiply the rest, which means I have here 2 zeros, I have here 1 zero. Well, just put the 3 zeros down there. All right, so I'm going to have 3 zeros there. Then forget about the zeros. 804 times 1 is just 804. So it's 804 3 zeros, which is 804 what? Exactly, it's 804,000. Okay, again, we just put the 3 zeros there, and 804 times 1 is just 804. Okay, what if I'm not multiplying a whole number by 10, 100, 1,000, and so on, if I'm multiplying a decimal by a 10 or 100 or 1,000? No problem at all. Here it continues here and says, if there is a decimal, we move the decimal point to the right as many zeros as you have. What does that mean? You have here a decimal point, right? Yes. And you want to multiply by a 10 or 100, 1,000, 10,000, so on? Yes. Then just move the decimal point as many zeros as you have. So here I have 2 zeros. Then just move the decimal point to the right 2 digits, 2 places. So I'm going to take it here, this way. Just to the point. Just a second. I'm going to take the point 1 digit from here. It becomes actually after the 0, but I have 2 zeros in the 100. I have here 2 zeros. Then I need to move it 2 digits. So this is 1 digit after the 0. No, the second digit becomes after the 4. So it's 804.0. But actually 804.0 is the same as just 800. Okay, the same thing exactly here with the third question. 80.4 multiplied by 100. The same way exactly. I have 2 zeros, it's multiplication, then you must move the decimal point to the right. How many times? 2 times, which means 2 digits to the right. Oh, Mr. 2 digits, here I have only 1. So am I going to put it here after the 4? No way. It says here 2 zeros, then you move it 2 digits to the right. All right, no problem. Then I'm going to move it here 2 digits to the right. I'm going to put it over here. But what about this empty place? You just put a 0 in it. 0. So the answer actually, you move the decimal point from here to there, 2 digits. 1 digit is the 4. I need another digit in there, which is the 0. So it becomes 8040. If you write 8040.0, no problem at all. It's the same exactly. All right. The last question here, we're multiplying it by a 10, which has only 1 0. Then we need to move the decimal point only 1 time. You move the decimal point only once to the right because it's multiplication, don't forget. Then it becomes 12.4. That's it. With multiplying, now we're done with multiplying the powers of 10 by a whole number or a decimal. Okay, if it's division, what are we going to do then? Let's have a look at this. Here you want to divide 1040 by 100. What are we going to do? Well, in division, you do the opposite exactly. In multiplication, we used to move to the right as many zeros as we had. But here, in division, you take the decimal point to the left. Oh, but Mr. Ahmed, here I don't have any decimals. Do you remember when we said that any whole number in the world that doesn't have actually a decimal in front of you actually has a decimal, but it's invisible? 8040 is actually 8040 0.0. So as if there is a point here at the end of the number, as if this is 8040 point, there is a point here at the end of the number. So moving it, how many times? 1, 2, to the right, to the left. Moving here, this 2 times to the left, we'll put the point between 80 and 40, between the 0 and the 4. So the final answer is going to be just 80.40, which is the same as 80.4. One of you might say, oh, Mr. Ahmed, I can just take away the 0 with a 0, so it's going to be 804 divided by 10. No problem. This is another option that you have here. 804 divided by 10. But here now we need to continue. Oh, I have 1 0. I need to move the decimal point once to the left. So it's 804 point. So I just move the point to the left once. It becomes 80.4, which is the same exactly. 80.4, 80.4. Both ways are just correct. Here, before we move to the next question, there are 2 questions here that we need also to answer. One of them, one of the answers was revealed here by mistake. 4,200 divided by 200. How can we answer this question? It's just simply ignore here this decimal, this 0 in division only. Bye to this 0 with this one here, and then I have another 0. Just bye to this 0 as well with the other 0 here. So it's just 42 divided by 2, which is 21. The same thing exactly here. Bye to this 0. That happens only in division. With this 0, so it's just 320 divided by 1, which is just 320. Okay, the next question, 8.04 divided by 100. If you want to divide 8.04 by 100, we need to move the decimal point how many times? Exactly, 2 times, because I have here 2 zeros. So you need to move it 2 times, to the right or the left? Multiplication to the right. Division, you move it to the left. So move it twice to the left. 1 digit, it means twice means 2 digits. So this is 1 digit, it becomes before the 8. You need another digit to make it here, to put the decimal point here exactly. That's the new place of the decimal point. You moved 1 digit, I need another digit because we need to move 2 digits. So the other digit is going to be exactly just 0. So it's 0.0804. Here it is, 0.0804. The last question that we have here, we need to move the decimal point twice to the left. Yes, because it's division and because we have here 100. So we just move it 2 times, which is 2 digits. So here is the 0, 1 digit, to the 8 is the second digit. So now I move to 2 digits to the left, which makes it 0.804, which is the same as 0.804.